Sebastian, thanks for doing this interview, man. Look, I've been through your music, I've been through your TikTok, and by the way, congrats on getting that TikTok kit.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Are you using it right now? Just curious.
No, I didn't really get set up for this one, sorry about that.
That's okay, man. But that's nice, man. I didn't know they gave that stuff out.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like I applied for this TikTok accelerated program and so the past couple of weeks we've been doing these little sessions, like hour and a half, Monday, Wednesday, Friday sort of thing, and just like learning the ins and outs of the app and stuff. And yeah, it's been really cool.
You know what else is cool, man? Is who you are and what you represent, not just Canadian music, but I mean just for music in general. Because, brother, people, they talk about certain artists and whatever they say they're unique. You're beyond unique. You know, it's like you can do it all. I am so amazed by your talent, what you write, what you do on stage. Like, my God, man, you are like E-Man Groove, meaning, of course, you are everything. Where does that E-Man Groove come from?
Yeah, I mean, well, it comes from the heart, you know. Uh, I grew up on a lot of different influences, and you know, I draw from many different places, and I don't know. I feel like I sort of channel it from somewhere else. I don't really know where it comes from, but it's like a portal or something behind my head that it comes in from or something. I don't know, but it's yeah. I'm very blessed to be able to do these things.
Brother, you're a mishmash of perfection and beauty when it comes to music. Because really, if music was if you could have a picture of what music is supposed to be, you are the dude that should have that picture right next to the definition, man. But before we get into the career and talking more about the music or whatever, man, Allan Slaight Juno Masterclass. Only a
That's
few
great.
artists got in this time around, man. You are part of the class. Congratulations. How does it feel being part of this, man? And for folks who don't realize this, what does this master class do for you and your career? Because really, it's a stepping stone. Stepping stone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was such an honor to be a part of the masterclass this year, to be able to connect with all these different artists from across Canada. And yeah, I mean the masterclass basically it's like, I don't know, I call it like cheat codes for the music industry a little bit, because they sort of let you in behind the scenes. And we did like media training, we did performance coaching, vocal coaching, basically everything that you could ever need, to make sure that you have a shot at success in this industry.
Now, that also includes, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to be at the Juno Awards, right? Like, you're going to be at, some events and stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah, they're going to be flying me out during Juno Week for a couple of showcases and stuff like that. And they got like a photo shoot and stuff lined up for all the participants and stuff like that. So
You do realize because of COVID and what happened with last year, because last year was supposed to be the big one in Toronto where I am, they kind of shifted it around. This is going to be the big one. So are you ready to be on that stage? Because, man, they're going to put on a party like nobody's ever going to forget.
yeah, absolutely. I got designers lined up and shit. So I'm sorry. Can I swear in here? My bad.
Of course you can, man.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
Good time is your music, man, and who you are, your soul, your presence, and everything else. I want to go back to what we were going to earlier and tell folks originally where you're from and that love of music. Where did that all begin for you?
Yeah, I come from a very musical family. A lot of my aunts and uncles play guitar and they sing. They were singing like old country tunes around the house all the time. Same with my mom. My mom was always singing old country records, and I actually started my performance journey when I was very young, probably about 7 or 8. My mom would throw me up on talent show stages, and she'd make me sing all of her favorite songs and stuff like that. I've been playing guitar since before I could, before I was big enough to hold one, singing before I could walk. So, it's always sort of been there.
The influences, man, because I was reading up on it. You got a lot of different musical influences, man. Go through the list. And remember, we only have a few minutes, so knowing you, it'd be like an hour and a half of musical
Yeah.
influences.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I grew up on, yeah, like country, as I mentioned earlier, in my childhood. But during my teens, I, went through that angsty teen phase, listening to like indie rock and like bands like Coheed and Cambria, Avenged Sevenfold, Metallica, of course. And as you get older, your tastes evolve, and as like pretty much after I turned 17, 18, it's when I sort of started delving into the R&B stuff, and you get like D'Angelo, Aaliyah, all these, all the greats and stuff. So yeah, like all of these different things thrown in the pot, sort of, they come out sounding like what I sound like.
I love when I hear you singing ballads, man. Like that it's damn. Um,
You're
how
gonna
does
love
that
the
work?
new album.
The yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second. We're gonna get to that, but I gotta ask because guys like you, um, how does that work when it comes to meeting a mate? Do you use the vocals, man? Because I gotta see them just going ah, and that's it.
Oh, definitely. You got to use the tools at your disposal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I love it, and if it works, it works. That's all I gotta say. I just wish I had that, man. But when you're telling your stories through music, what are the stories that you like to tell?
I mean, a lot of the stuff I've written about is very autobiographical. Just sort of through different experiences in my life, I've used music to process different situations and to provide a sort of catharsis to older relationships, whether that be a relationship with a woman or with an old friend, or my relationship with substances. It's all very relationship based.
Curious, does politics ever get into this too? Because looking over on your social media, you do have your opinions on things that are going on in the world.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I definitely open up a little more about my like uh political thinkings on some new records that I've written for my upcoming album. There's this tune called Brown Man that's sort of I sort of talk about how the Black Lives Matter movement and this MMIW, and sort of how you would always see these things on TV. It's like they had them on repeat, and it's just like you kind of get sick of it. Yeah, so I feel like I'm definitely opening up to like telling my folks about it a little more.
How did that whole scenario, what was going on with COVID, affect you personally? Because um, not just the fact that what was going on physically to people, but during that time, even though we were locked down, there was so much that we saw on the news and social media and the papers, even out your front door when you can look out there on some good things and a lot of bad things that were going on and how people were treating other people. 3 years ago, you never would have heard the term Karen. Now that's everybody knows what that is, as you talked about. Black Lives Matter, and even right down to the discovery of what happened to the indigenous children that we found in the graves. A lot has changed. How did that affect you personally, and has it affected in how you are writing your music?
Yeah, totally. I mean, at the start of the whole pandemic situation, when they were getting everybody to stay home, I was like, I'm already a bit of a hermit, so I was just like, okay, this is great. Nothing much is changing for me, But after several months of it, it's like, damn, it takes a toll on your mental health, man. It takes a toll on everything, And once your mental health starts declining, you got to see it in your physical health. Everybody gained that COVID gut. You know what I'm saying? And like, but I feel like it was a good thing for humanity because it forced us to take a look at ourselves and like really sit with our thoughts for a little bit instead of being distracted by the outside world for so long.
Yeah,
And
because
I
it's
feel like I was sorry, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. No, no, no. I was just gonna say. I was just gonna add in. I mean, for me, one of the craziest things was watching what was going on in the U.S. and the election and the storming of the Capitol and things like that. Like my jaw was
Where,
just on the floor. And sorry, I
where,
interrupted you, but please continue.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, it was a really, it was. I feel that it was a good thing for humanity as a whole, because it forced us to really take a good look at ourselves and sort of reevaluate. And I see, I spent a lot of time on Twitter, and like a lot of the Discord is speaking on our society as a whole and how we're sort of in like late stage capitalism and people are sort of reevaluating like I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I can work from home now, and you have like so many people just choosing to work from home, and it's there's a consciousness shift that has happened throughout this whole thing, I think.
I'm just curious because this happened to me. And again, because of social media, people who I have broken bread with, I saw things that they posted, which I was like, what the hell? That I never knew that was their feelings. And basically, it broke some friendships up. Did that happen with you? Just curious.
I mean, sure, with the whole like vaccination conversation, there's definitely been a lot of divide, but everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I definitely, at the start of it was less accepting, but now it's just, everyone's gonna have their own opinion. It's everybody has their own choice to do with their body what they want to do, and so that's that.
Truth. You talked about a new album. Were you recording this during COVID? And if so, what were the difficulties in making this happen?
That's right. Yeah, we were. So I started recording this in spring this year, and so we were sort of we kind of had to wait for some like when they'd give the public health orders, how many people could be in a certain like in a room and stuff like that, and so a lot of things were postponed several times. Having to rebook studio sessions and stuff like that, rebook the players and having to bring people in one by one. It was just yeah, there were definitely some challenges to recording this album during the pandemic.
But it finally did happen. So let's make this official, brother. What is the name of the new album and how's it representing you right now in your career?
The album is called Adventures into the Human Heart and Other Short Stories. It is a bare bones R&B soul record filled with love, pain, and joy. And I truly cannot wait to show it to the world.
When is the album going to be officially out?
Looking at late next year,
Late
but
next year.
it's gonna start dropping singles probably in February. It's looking at.
I was just about to say, you mean to tell me we ain't going to get nothing for 2022 Valentine's?
Oh, maybe.
Fingers are crossed on that one. In the meantime, man, what single can we jam to right now that you've got out?
I got a record called Snakehold out. We got a music video for it. It's available everywhere on YouTube. Put that out last year, but yeah, it's a bop. It's a good party tune.
I had a chance to listen to it, man. It's unique. Talk about the structure on it and what the story is behind that single.
Yeah, so I wrote this one. So I started this whole like R&B sort of project back in 2017, and this was actually like the second or third song I wrote onto this project. So I was sitting on this track for several years because I just didn't feel like it was the right time to put it out when I wrote it. And I was like, I feel like, I got to get a little bit more eyes on the project before I put it out. And I feel like it paid off, the patience. And yeah, but it's a tune about a relationship with this girl, and she was like my first love. We were just kids, and you know, we were together for like 4 or 5 years, but the last year we'd break up, get back together, break up, get back together. You know the old story. Um, but yeah, this is just sort of a commentary on my thoughts on that relationship and how this girl had such a hold on me.
7 year itch, man. It's always tough to get to the 7 years.
Yes,
It's
sir.
tough, man, but if you could do it, then you got something to roll with. And besides that, too, no matter what's happened, you learn something from it. So, and I'm glad you had the first love because that is always something that's really, really special. Special also, too, comes to touring, man. What is going to happen with you with 2022? Are you going to be able to get out there and do some shows? And are we going to get you here to Toronto before the Juno Awards?
I will be coming to Toronto next month. I'm playing a couple shows out there. Um, there's this one called the Basement Review. I don't have an exact date yet, but they have like several different shows throughout the month. So yeah, I will be coming down for probably about a week or so, and meet a couple folks. But yeah, touring next year. Starting to get offers coming in. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I've had all these different music festivals starting to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, but they're not booking me. So it's like, come on, guys, let's get the ball rolling.
Definitely do that. Look, as we are rolling into the end of 2021, holiday season, man. It's the holiday season. What
Right.
is happening with you during that time?
Just reconnecting with family. Playing a couple of so the zoo here in Winnipeg puts on these things called the Zoo Lights Festival where they decorate the zoo in lights, and so I'm playing a couple of shows there to go spread some cheer to the children and to the families.
Now, because we are in a new age, you always have to ask this question. Do you celebrate Christmas? Yes or no?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. There's a reason why I want to ask because curious, growing up, what would you say was your favorite Christmas present or Christmas toy? What was the one that it was like, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days? No, I got to open it up now kind of thing.
Yeah. Mine, let's see. I think my favorite one would have been it was a model car kit I got when I was about 11 years old. It was a little red Corvette. Yeah, those little Mattel car kits. You gotta like spray paint them yourselves and stuff like that. Yeah, I
I
love those.
remember that. I remember that. Just
Yeah.
curious, do you still have it?
No, I lost that years ago, unfortunately. But yeah,
Oh, damn. You always wish, could you hold on to that, man?
for
Jeez.
real.
Also, end of the year is coming up. We are heading into 2022, and I've been asking a lot of artists this. 2019, everybody was like, God, I want to get to 2020. We got to 2020, and people are like, please, 2021. Now people are sort of going into that same mode. God, bring 2022 in. And my thing has been really just because we do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 Happy New Year doesn't mean things immediately change. From your experience, what advice can you give folks who are on that loop?
Let's see. Don't focus too much on the resolutions. Eat some good food. Hug your neighbor. Maybe not now, actually. Ask them first, and then hug them. And just spread the love, man.
And the best way to spread the love is through your music, man. Look, Sebastian, this has been a cool interview. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the great music. Congratulations on what you are doing in the future. I am looking forward to seeing you, man, especially when the Junos roll around, because I know you and I will run into each other. We're going to do a one-on-one. And I know on my end, permission will be there for a hug. So looking forward to that, brother. Thank you so much for the
Incredible.
interview.
Appreciate you, Rudy. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.